If all you ever saw were social media posts about relationships, you'd be forgiven for thinking that everybody was in a perfect marriage. Because that's sure what it seems like, isn't it? You see those smiling faces and perfectly posed family pictures, the kids always behaving, always happy. And you read those comments and those carefully crafted paragraphs about anniversaries or birthdays or, the roses that were a surprise delivery. And you start to wonder if something's wrong with you. And I listened to a podcast yesterday, actually, that revealed some interesting information. So the researchers were looking at search strings, and they specifically were looking at one that started with "my husband is." And on social media, where it's public, people frequently completed that phrase with terms such as "my husband is amazing," "my husband is the best," "my husband is my best friend." But then, when people put that same search string into Google, where it's private, they often completed it with things like, "my husband is annoying," "my husband is irritating," "my husband is lazy." Now, they also completed it with things like "my best friend" and "amazing." Now, which of those, social media or Google, do you think is more authentic? I say Google, because yes, your husband can be amazing and your best friend, but that doesn't mean that they're not also going to be annoying and irritating sometimes. Life is not either or, it's both and. And that's true with relationships as well. And I think we do ourselves and each other a disservice by pretending that everything is always perfect. For those that are doing the pretending, it makes you feel like you have to hide. Like that having a difficult time in your marriage or a disagreement with your spouse or simply just a day, just a normal day that's not perfect, is somehow shameful and wrong, and you can't show that. You can't share the picture where one of the kids is throwing a temper tantrum and another one is bored and staring at their phone. No, you share the perfect one. So you feel that pressure to always put on that face for the world. And then for those that are seeing these perfectly curated pictures, well, it's hard, isn't it? Because you're comparing your life, your perfectly normal life, with those images, those unattainable images. And you feel like there must be something wrong with you. If you just tried a little bit harder, that maybe you too can achieve that life, that unblemished life. But it's not real. It's not true. It's not authentic. I think we all would do better if we were willing to be a little bit more vulnerable, a little bit more real. If we weren't afraid to share our perfectly imperfect and messy selves. And if we weren't afraid to admit that sometimes we have a hard time. And that sometimes marriage can be hard. And that relationships, well, they're not perfect. And that is not only okay, but it's awesome. Because there is true beauty, real beauty, that can be found in our imperfections and the messy reality that is life and is love.